see anybody said. Also raises the question, how can one person make a difference in home, business, and community? And the answer is simple. They put two different avenues. First with home, let's look at ChatGPT using the power of words to make a difference. Next, with business, let's take a look at Steve Jobs and his ability to refactor an entire industry. Finally, look at community, where we see today's teenagers across America make a difference every single day. First, let's take a look at Judge. I'm sure you're all familiar with the popular and sassy TV show Judge Judy, who chooses court cases in ways that emphasize the power of communication and words. In this, Judge Judy is able to make a difference in the lives of people by emphasizing these values and thus proliferating helping home life improve. That's one individual making a difference in home life. That's absolutely crucial, and that proves just how evaluation with Judge Judy's work and how one individual can make a difference. For this, we take a look at the legendary Steve Jobs, who, while was not tech savvy by any means, his market expertise led to a refraction of the entire business and industry that is of technological products. Nowadays, you see grand theatrical expositions and films for every single product a big company launches. That idea was first proliferated by Steve Jobs, and probably Steve Jobs has been able to make a humongous difference when it comes to the ways that these businesses operate by having public outreach to the companies. This demonstrates just how one individual can make a difference in business. Steve Jobs is soul, and he refactored the entire industry. Finally, there's the community aspect of this. Now, community is a very important part of everybody's life. Community is our outreach to the rest of the world and the immediate buffer that we see between us and society. And one person can easily make a difference within their own communities. A clear-cut example of this is today's teenagers and their volunteering. Because volunteering helps make a clear difference in the lives of people if you're helping through volunteering. I myself contribute to this. I volunteer at Grace Occasion, where I help others do various activities such as playing bingo, to serving them ice cream, or just interacting and talking with them. That's one way that I have been able to make a difference in my own community by helping those others live better lives and have just one little moment per day. That's how I was able to have an influence in my own community. That's how I was able to make a difference. A person can make a difference, and I prove that through. And teenagers across America prove this. Finally, some very important lessons, namely the fact that one person can make a difference. This one kid who was looking at Kshitij was drunk overall. That sitting next to him does not make a difference. Those lessons taught me that one person can make a difference. But how can one person make a difference when it comes to their home, business, this can be seen hugely to act as examples. First, home, which improves the power. First, home, judge Judy improves the power of emphasizing words when it comes to home life. Okay, so prep time is over. Just to confirm, this is Kshitij Kapoor speaking from Obra Tompkins High School. I'm going to be giving my speech now. When I was a little kid, I used to absolutely love going to this little play place known as Kidzania, where a kid doesn't need to be a kid. There, I could do anything I wanted, by including getting a job and earning the currency of Kidzania known as Kids Bucks. I absolutely loved going there because I got to experience what an adult would and then spend every single bit of money I earned. I did it purely for fun. I just found it so fun to go there every single weekend. But now I'm realizing that I actually learned very important life lessons at Kidzania. Namely, I learned that a kid does not need to be a kid because a kid can make a difference. Any one person can make a difference. Whenever I saw a little kid eating alone at a Kidzanian restaurant, I would come and sit with them and eat with them. And that taught me the power of one person, because I was brightening that kid's day and thus making a difference in my community. But that also raises the question, just how can one individual make a difference in home, business, and community? And the answer is simple and can be seen through several different examples. First, with home life, Judge Judy can show us the power of words and communication in having a good home life. Second, with business, Steve Jobs can show us the power of refactoring an entire industry. And finally, with community, where teenagers of America are proving just how much of an influence they can have. First, let's take a look at home life. Now, a clear example of home life can be brought from Judge Judy, the popular TV show judge who seems to be an expert in handling civil court cases. She emphasizes the power of words and communication when it comes to home life, and she is able to make a difference in home life by being an influence in all of this. She's able to teach the couples who are feuding and having these civil court cases to be better fit for this, and she's able to emphasize the power of communication in having a better home life. Thus, she is able to make a difference simply by being a
civil court case judge and emphasizing the power of words. A more applicable example of this would be marriage counselors, who do the same thing fundamentally and emphasize the power of words and communication in marriages and thus make a difference in home life. Next, we can look to Steve Jobs when it comes to the business aspect of this question. Business is something that is very difficult to wrap your head around, but Steve Jobs was able to entirely refactor an industry and thus make a difference in the industry of technology. While he was not a technological genius, he was a marketing genius. And that led to the unveiling of the iPhone, which succeeded. And now, many different businesses, startups, and very big companies are following the business models of Apple and having an influence in that way. Thus, Steve Jobs was able to make a difference in the industry by completely refactoring the industry. Now, we see giant companies having grand theatrical expositions for their new products, just like Steve Jobs did back in 2006. Finally, there's the community aspect of life. Community is your direct outreach to the rest of the world. It is the buffer between you and society. And today's teenagers are proving just how important it is to have an influence in your community and how one person can make a difference. Today, teenagers are volunteering. I myself can relate to this. I volunteer at Grace Old Age Home, where I help elders just have a good time in their day. They cheer them up, help them play bingo, or just feed them ice cream. I absolutely love going there, and I know the elders appreciate me going there. That's one way that I'm able to have an outreach into my community and have an influence. Thus, I am able to make a difference in my own community. That's super important, and it shows how one person can make a difference when it comes to their community. So while I only went to Gdzania for fun, I now realize that the most important thing I learned was the fact that I can make a difference. Thank you.